Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode number 173. Before I get started with the review, there was an announcement made. I think it was just yesterday. We're getting a fourth movie for My Hero Academia, and apparently it looks like taking inspiration from the Dark Hero arc, because you have Deku in his look he had from Dark Hero arc. Like, is it set after that? I'm not sure. It's weird. Like, maybe this is filling the gap thing, because there was a bit of a time skip during the arc itself, because he was active for a certain period of time before you see him basically look like he was active and stuff, because between the end of the Paramount War arc and this one, he basically was active as like this dark hero, and well, this could be basically a way of him filling the gap while he's looking for All for One. Possibly. Looking forward to it. I mean, I've seen all three My Hero Academia movies in theaters. Oddly enough, all in the same movie theater. Now, this will be the first one for the movies I don't have to basically ask for a lift to get down there. Why? Because I have a car now. I can basically drive down there if I want to. Here's the question, though. When is it going to be released? That's a good question. The only image I saw was Asta wearing the scarf. That's it. Like, this is something, I thought they were done. Like first they were done after the second movie, and all of a sudden we have a third movie coming out, and that was like, I think just a couple years ago. Let's see. Let me check here about that. Excuse me. I mean, last one was Ward Hero's Mission. That was released in Japan in 2021. It was released here in in October. So it's been 2 years. It is something, though. Here's the thing. The first movie for this franchise was released in 2018 here. I think it was released here in... It was released here in 2018, so yeah. And then, of course, came the second movie, Hero Rising, which was released the following year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was released in March 2020, basically about 2 years. So like a little over a year after it came out in Japan. Then, of course, basically you had the last Ward Hero's Mission, which was released like the following year. Yeah, a little over a year later. So it is something, though, that it's been almost 2 years since the last movie came out. At least they waited more than a year before the next movie came out, which I gotta at least I gotta praise Spoons for that one. Yeah, at least they waited. Like, but do we need a fourth movie? Not necessarily, but it's probably good. My guess is probably the reason why we're getting a fourth movie is because U.S. box office did almost 50 million when it was here. Yeah, box office did really good. Mm-hmm. Like, apparently in Japan, it grossed 23.3 million. And here's the thing about that release when I heard online. Apparently, in its first weekend, World Heroes Mission made the combined box office of the first two movies in just the first weekend. That's awesome. Am I going to be happy to see it? Yes. Yes, I will. Will I review it when it comes out? Yes. Yes, I will. Is it strange, though? This is the only film franchise I review more than 1 or 2 movies for. Yeah, look at One Piece. 2 movies. For Dragon Ball Super. 2 movies. My Hero. This will be the 4th one. The only ones I can think I've done movie reviews for anime I've watched when they came out in theaters is, I think it just That Time in Crimes of Slime is the only one I can think of. That was awesome. I love that movie. Alright. Now, we're now discussing newest chapter manga 396. It is called Battle Without a Quirk. Now, since it's 396, we are 4 chapters away from chapter 400. Now, you might be thinking, is My Hero Academia going to be the first manga series I review the 400 chapter for? I'd say yes. You're thinking, okay, what about the 7 Deadly Sins? I mean, while it was coming out, of course, not basically in the manga, which is about over. Because I think that, let's see. No. This is longer than 7 Deadly Sins. Yes, so this is probably, with the exception of One Piece, that's probably One Piece in case closed. This is probably the very first manga I reviewed where I reviewed, well, I'm going to be reviewing chapter 400. Because no manga series I have ever reviewed, out of all the ones I reviewed, since I've been reviewing anime for the past 6 years, none of them have ever reached 400. After this one, I think the next possible one probably be Black Clover. But aside from those two, there's currently no other ones going to be reaching that far. I mean, I am reading Jujutsu Kaisen, but I haven't watched the current season. I'll probably watch the future. Attack on Titan, nope, that never reached because I only got to like 130. Of course, that was monthly. But this is a weekly series. And I will give basically a little bit of a something when the series reaches that far. So, with this particular chapter, we start off with All Might gonna have a rematch with All For One. With All For One. Yep, and of course, despite the fact he's like, last time he's talking night-night, and of course he hops out his car, Hercules. He says, it says just 20 minutes before twice took armor faded away. So we have All Might put on this suit of armor. We see his Iron Man transformation sequence. We also see briefly his beautiful master, which I met her voice actor last weekend. And then we see Armored All Might. Yeah, this is it right here. I'm like, wow, that's something. I did not expect All Might to get armor. Well, here's the thing. He wants to fight because he wants to. And he's like, roll camera, Hercules. Auto recording. I'll keep updating my battle. Now, here's the thing. All Might has been quirkless since the Hideout raid arc. That was like just barely past chapter 100. That was like early season 3 in terms of the anime. So it has been that long since basically he's been quirkless. And of course, All Might is like a whole power suit and his car is sporting. And of course, you have La Brava. It's like, did someone say All Might versus All For One? Live stream! And of course, the cop's like, why you little? Everything has been on the internet. What? And what's streaming in your baka? Yep, so, yeah. La Brava is streaming a basically the big rematch between All Might and All For One. Which, and it's like, and you have, I think it's Stop the Shaming Abba. We'll all be broadcasting. I'll be broadcasting as the bird of former hero, stalling a few minutes for All For One's time to make sure his pupils' fight goes uninterrupted. And of course, All For One's like, what are you smiling about? What are you, Hercules, red? And he does some damage to some buildings. He's like, so can live? And he gives Hercules shields with 66%. There will be no second time. Works for me. Yep. It worked. Yes. And then he uses some of the One For All's quirks. Black Whip, Charge Bolt on him. Like, ever since your final battle with my master, you've made a habit of kicking off fights with a half-hazard rampaging attack, half-hazard range attacks. You love wearing folks down for stealing their quirks. But that approach is meant for those with quirks. That was so gloomy. About how is this going to go? How does it go, Mr. Cop? The suit and the car are keeping me in the fight as long as for a bit. I can come up with the specs put in design request. And then we see, and this is a surprise, Melissa Davis for the very first movie making a cameo appearance in the manga. Actually, it's Melissa Shield. Yes, Melissa Shield. How do I know it's her? The glasses. Yes, this is probably by far, of course, you have her appear in the manga. She kind of made an appearance in the manga first and in the movie itself. The movie itself is canon, so they're basically exploiting it. It's nice to see Melissa Shield pop up here. Yep. Like, we bless the wall, the way against you. Like, we know each other long enough, you should realize, my dear friend. Shooting style smash! Punch her right in the face. Not once in my entire life have I gone about expecting to lose. Wow. This is something, though, that we have this. 3 manga reviews in a row, and it's all amazing chapters. So epic. Nothing haphazard, nothing rushed. And this chapter wasn't like 9 pages like it was for one chapter. This chapter was a full 15 pages, which is awesome. Love it. We're getting so excited here. And we have to wait 2 freaking weeks for the next part. Damn, that's the only bad about this. Yeah. But not much to say about this chapter. It's good. Give it a 10 out of 10. Okay, so that's that particular review. Next episode is going to be Bleach. Okay, next video. Bye.